Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you wherever you are in this world. I wish you are having a good time right now. And I would like to welcome you twice to my video, to my story, and to World Storytelling Cafe. I am Zouhair Khaznawi and I will be your storyteller for the evening. My story is about a Moroccan young man and what happened to him. So, as every story, it started with a once upon a time there lived a rich merchant. This rich merchant had four sons. One of them he had with a servant he once loved. He saw her, immediately fall in love with her, and married her. They had this child, and unfortunately, the servant died giving birth to that child. His father gave him the name of Muhammad. Muhammad grew up with his three brothers. He was a kind, brave brother. But his three other brothers never considered him as a brother. He is always the son of the servants for them. When they grew up, hatred grew with them. And one day they started plotting to kill him. They paid one of the servants to put poison in Muhammad's food. Luckily, that servant was his friend, so he went to him to warn him. He told him, Muhammad, you have to leave. He asked why. He told him, your brothers paid me to kill you, and they actually want to kill you. So I would really advise you to leave the city. That's what Muhammad did, disappointed and broken-hearted. He left his home, his brothers, his father, and his friend. He started hitting the road for days and weeks, doing miserably, eating whatever his hand could find and going wherever his feet could take him. One day, he grew up tired. Full day, full of work, full of walking. He reached a tremendous wall. He realized that there is a city surrounded by that wall. So he thanked God. He was grateful. He said, well, tomorrow is a new chapter in my life. I will go in this city. I will find myself a good house, a good job, and they will start a new life. So he slept by that wall. The following morning, as he woke up, he saw that there is a big gate attached to that wall. It was indeed a city. So as he was looking at how big that gate is, on the top, he saw that there are hanged heads. He had a lot of questions in mind. Who are they? Rebels? Criminals? What did they do to deserve such a punishment? And he started counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 99 heads. He went inside the city, wondering, hoping someone would answer his questions. Finally, one old man told him that they are neither criminals nor rebels. Some of them are princes, some of them are judges and ministers, the others are scholars or common people. Then he asked why? What did they do? They said, well, my son, they accepted this faith because this city has a king, and this king has a daughter. His daughter became silent when her mother died 10 years ago. No one could make her speak, and she grew up to be the prettiest girl alive. Of course, not as beautiful as you ladies that are watching my video. So, she was a pretty girl. And when anyone would come proposing, her father, the king, would not ask for money nor jewelries. But there is one condition. If you make her speak in the first night, you will be the richest man on earth. Her father will make you rich. If you don't, you lose your head the following morning. Then Muhammad left with all of this idea in his mind. One day, he decided to go to try. So he went to the palace, to the royal court, Your Majesty, and he told him, I'm here proposing the hand of your daughter. And he told him, Son, are you aware of the ground you are stepping in? He said, Yes. If I make her speak, I will be rich. If I don't, you will kill me. And he said, And do you fully accept this? You are young. And he said, Yes, I am. And he told him, Well, the marriage ceremony is to be thrown in 3 days, and you will see your wife in the third night. Then Muhammad left. He instantly regretted what he had done. He said, Well, I don't even know her. And many people, 99 other people, were here before me, and all of them faced the same destiny. Then he said, Well, I'm just going to play and comfort myself. So he brought his lute and he started playing very beautiful tunes. And whenever he would play, a flock of pigeons would gather around him, amusing themselves with the tunes from his lute. Then on the third day, he went to the garden, the same garden in which he would play some music. But he could not. He hugged his lute and he started crying. Then one of the pigeons said, Muhammad, why are you so sad today? And then he told her what happened to him with the king and what will happen to him if he does not make that princess speak. And the pigeon told him, Well, don't worry. Just play your beautiful tunes and they will take care of the rest. And tomorrow you will be a rich man with a beautiful wife besides you. And then he kept playing. That night, he went to see his wife. The guards prepared him with the fanciest clothes there is for a man to wear. And they escorted him to his chambers in which he would find his wife. So he went there. It was a very big room. He had never seen such. So full of curtains, he entered the first one, removed it, the second, third, 7 curtains, and then he went to that beautifully decorated and furnished room. And he saw the princess sitting there in one of the corners. He said, Salaam alaikum. She looked at him, but she did not reply. He repeated himself again, Salaam alaikum. No word. He went and he took one of the corners and he told her, My name is Muhammad. What's your name? Silent. Then he brought his lute and he started playing. The princess looked at Muhammad. She saw he's a handsome young man playing very magical tunes with his lute. Who is he? But she preferred to remain silent. Then Muhammad started crying. He told her, How dare you do this to me and to those other 99 people? Because of you they lost their lives and they will lose my life as well tomorrow. So you'd better speak. But she could not. Then later on that night, 2 pigeons came to the window of the chambers of the princess, and they started talking to each other. Both the princess and Muhammad could understand what they were talking about. And one of them said to the other, My friend, have you heard about what happened in the kingdom of Baghdad? The other replied, Not really. What happened? Then she said, Well, there were 3 men that met on the way to Baghdad. One is a carpenter. The other is a merchant. and the third one is a man of wisdom. They decided to share the road to Baghdad so they can be safe. So the first night, they decided to guard each other and split the night into three parts. The first part, the carpenter will stay awake and guard them. So he was awake and was roaming around them, making sure that they are safe. At a certain point, he saw the shape of a human and he said, Salaam alaikum. No one replied. He said, Salaam alaikum. Can you reply? Then he went closer to that shape and he saw that it's just a small tree on the shape of a human. And he said, oh, look at this tree. It looks like a human. Actually, I'm going to carve a human out of it. So he brought his materials and he started working on that tree until he made it like the shape of a woman, and he went to sleep. The second one is the merchant. He woke up, and as he was roaming around the area in which his two friends were sleeping, he saw the shape of that human. He said, Salam alaikum, hey you over there, can you reply? No. Then he went closer, shape of a woman, and he told her, my lady, what are you doing here tonight? It's not very safe for you to be outside alone. Come closer, you can sleep with us here until the following morning and we will take you wherever you want to go. No one replied. Then he went closer. It's a shape of a woman, just wood, just a tree. So he said, maybe the carpenter is playing a joke here. And I'm going to add up to this joke, I'm not going to stop it here. So he went to one of his boxes in which he puts his goods, and he brought a very beautiful silky dress and jewelries, and he decorated that wooden statue. Then he went to sleep. He was followed by the man of wisdom. He woke up, he started praying, and as he stood up, he saw the shape of that woman. He went closer, and he saw that it's just a wooden statue decorated, and he said, oh, look at this statue, very beautiful. And he started praying to God. Please, God, make her flesh and bones, make her alive. And he went to sleep. As they woke up, they said good morning to each other, and they were ready to leave, and a beautiful woman came by, and she said, Salaam alaikum. They were surprised. It's the middle of the desert. No one is here. How can she be here alone? And they said, Walaikum salam. Who are you? She said, I don't know. Where did you come from? I don't know. Where are you going? I don't know that either. Well, what's your name? Not sure. Do you have a husband and a father? Not as far as I know. Then they started whispering to each other, who is she? Then the merchant actually could recognize that the clothes she was wearing are his clothes. And he told this to his friends, and he told them that I will marry her. I am still single, all by myself, she's beautiful, I will marry her. Those are my clothes. And then the carpenter told him, whoa, wait a minute. I am actually the one who carved the piece of wood, and maybe she became a human because of me. And then the man of wisdom was the last one to speak, and he told him, no, my friends, I hate to say this and disappoint you, but the girl is mine to marry, because I am the one who spent the whole night praying to God to make her flesh and bones and alive again. They started arguing. Then they finally came up with a decision to go to the king of Baghdad and tell him the story, and whatever he says, they will all accept it. They went to the king of Baghdad. The bird, the pigeon said. Then the other pigeon said, okay, and what's next? What was the decision of of that king. She told her. The king said that the girl can marry the carpenter because he's the one who carved her. Then the other pigeon said, but what do you think? Because for me, I think that the girl should be married to the merchant. He's the one who spent his money. Then the princess, the silent princess, said, no, you two. The girl should marry the man of wisdom. He is the one who prayed to God. The other ones are just carving and money. Anyone can do that. But praying to God and having this relationship with God that He will accept your prayers and make a piece of wood alive, that's something. Then those two pigeons flew away from that window. Muhammad was shocked. She finally spoke. How come? Then two guards that were listening whether the princess will speak or not went running to the king and tell him, Your Majesty, come with us. Your daughter finally spoke a word. And he went running to her chambers, and he was there with her, and he told her, My daughter, did you speak? And she told him, Yes, I did, my father. Then he went closer to Muhammad and he hugged him and he told him, I knew it. I knew that you will succeed. Tomorrow you will be the richest man alive in the city. Then, the following morning, Muhammad woke up. And he woke up very happy. He was alive. His head is still within his shoulders. And he went to meet the king. Then the king told him, Well, son, you are lucky. You are my son-in-law. You will be rich in no time. But you have to tell me about you. Where did you come from? And how did you get there? And then he started telling him the story of his mother and his rich father who never believed in him. And his three other brothers who plotted to kill him. And he told him, Don't worry, my son. I will give you value within your family. I will make you the richest man in your city. And he gave him lots of money, golden coins, piles of gold and silver. He gave him servants and horses and sheep and cows. And he sent him back and his wife, his daughter, to his city. And he went there. And once he reached the city, everyone recognized him. You are Muhammad, the son of the merchant. Where have you been this time? Then he entered, and his brothers could not do anything to him except give him respect that he needs. Then Muhammad and his wife lived happily ever after until the end of time. And this is the end of my story. Well, my friends, I hope you like the story of Muhammad. And I wish you a happy day. And I would love to see you here again listening to other stories, and maybe I will tell you another one. And if you feel generous enough and they know that you are very generous, if you want to support me, you can do that by donating in the website. So that's it for the day. Thank you so much and enjoy your beautiful life.
Isn't it wonderful that we can travel to Marrakesh? And the tellers from the Clock Cafe, where storytelling has been going on for a few years now. And we can listen to those tellers, but those tellers don't have the benefit of social security or anything else. So whatever you put in the hat will go directly to the tellers from the Clock Cafe. And we appreciate you listening to the stories. Now, if you can afford it, show your appreciation by dropping a little in the hat for those wonderful tellers from the Clock Cafe in the Casbah.